Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode number 38 in our Oxygen Not Included Redux series. We have arrived. Garfield's doing great. Morale's still at 38. Uh, he gets a little bit of radiation in the rocket, but not a lot. And going to the bathroom is enough to clean it every day. So we're doing awesome there. And the only thing left to be seen is whether or not it'll be sufficient to cover the radiation he gets while he's out on Mumial, which is significant because Mumial has a high, let's look at it in here, has a very high lux compared to our main colony. So we have 312 rads from cosmic radiation compared to 125. Hopefully it'll be okay. If not, we'll have to deal with that. But we're ready to get started doing some work here. Before we do that, I want to show you what I've started working on over here. I decided that I really like the design I made for the Spacefarer module. Rather than go in and deconstruct all the parts, I just deconstructed the Spacefarer module, which gave me all the stuff back that was in it. And now I'm rebuilding them, and then I will blueprint in the module from the Kalpana, and then we will have them all built and ready to go. We'll have to do some work on the exterior part of the rocket, and we may do that later today. But for now, we're going to work here on Mumial. Let's go inside, take a look. Garfield is currently on the sleep part of his schedule, so in a few minutes he will be headed back out. And I want to take a look and see what the work that we want to do is. The first thing we want to get done here is to get this critter bait placed and to remove those tiles. And the reason we're going to do that is because we're going to be we want this to, when this gets placed, the gassy moves are going to come down to eat it. Hopefully we can have them come through here and we'll seal them in. I can't really think of a better way to get them caught, and everything should work out. We'll see. But we're going to let this run and see what happens. There's a lot of meat up here on this planet, too, from all the gassy moves. So we may want to do something to save that and use it. It's currently up here in deep freeze in the vacuum of space, so it's not a big concern, but we will have to find a way to do something to handle it if we intend on using that. We have done some exploration around. I don't see much that we can use as far as producing any kind of water or anything, so if we do want to build some production on this planet, it's going to be pretty limited. So, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do. We might just tame Gassy Moo and go from there and not do a lot over here, but for now, we're going to just see what happens here once he builds this critter bait. He should be doing very, very shortly. And we built it using bleach stone as the bait, so that means the gassy moose should come down here pretty quick. Okay, so let's see. Now the bait's down there. Will they take the bait? Here they come. So we want to come in here and put in 2 tiles and rebuild those at a high priority. Hopefully we can get it done before they escape again. Oh, they're starting to leave. It's one closed up. I don't think they'll be able to get out now that we have the tile there, but let's get the other one done. And then we have gassy moves that are trapped in here. That should make this a station. Garfield, his skills. Let's see. He does have Critter Ranching 1. So this should be... It says we're locked Critter Ranching's 1 skill, but we don't. Let me check this out and look at the... So, is he considered a resident of Mumial? Yeah, he has it. his skills include critter ranching 1. He should be able to do it. Maybe it just takes a minute for it to update, and we'll see. We'll let that go for a cycle, see what happens with it. But for now, we have these gassy moos in here. We should be able to capture it to work on them. I want to expand this room so we can have more space for them. I just wanted to get them caught for now. So we'll go from there and figure out what's going on. So it does look like that this icon saying that we need a colonist with it is just because of Garfield going in and out of the Spacefarer module. He was in fact able to use the grooming station in the stable, and we now have, let's see, a couple of gassy moos that have been groomed. And so because they're groomed, they're losing their wildness at 55%, but they gain 5% back because of just being wild, so they are becoming tame at 50%, minus 50% a cycle. So in 2 cycles, they will be tamed, which means that we will get our achievement for that. So let's take a look at our colony summary. Okay, so our achievement that includes that is Critter Whisperer. We need to tame a gassy moo, so we'll get that one. And moving on up is to find and tame a gassy moo. We'll get that one. And that means we have to block a meteor from hitting your base using a bunker door, which we're working on. And then we got to work on job suitability, and we have finished all of the base game achievements. We'll probably work on some of the DLC achievements after that, but we're focusing on getting those done. Most of those we'll be able to do in this episode, which is pretty exciting. I'm working on expanding this room a little bit so we have a little more space. We may breed gassy moos to see how that goes, but I want to get them tamed first, and then we'll take a look at them. I'm not sure if the objects coming in here are going to qualify as meteors. So I have an object that is coming to Moomiall from the outer rim, and I'm working on building bunker doors across the top of the map to block the collision. But I know from watching it that the incoming object is another gassy moo. They come from outer space and they hit the planet. So I'm not sure if that's going to count as blocking a meteor per se, but we're going to give it a shot. Oh, that's a little bit annoying. I'm going to try to get bunker doors the whole way across the top of the map and then do a little automation to open them up for when my rocket needs to leave. And then that way, while meteors are coming in, they'll definitely hit one of the bunker doors. See how that works. We have officially finished Critter Whisperer and moving on up. Our grassy moos have been tamed. So that means we are down to 2 achievements to go. Let's close this out. Let's go take a look at our gassy moos that have been tamed in here. So, that one's still wild. Here's our tamed one. So it says starving, time until death, 10 cycles. So let's see, what do they eat? They eat gas grass and they excrete natural gas. So, let's check our gas grass. In order to get our gas grass growing, oh, it is growing. So that gas grass needs to be in a body temperature that is in that range. We're fine there. Air pressure's fine there. Ambient radiation less than 12,200 per cycle. We're doing fine with that. And if we provide it with chlorine, it would grow domestically. But we have some wild gas grass in here, so we're going to let them grow, see how that goes, and then we may work into building up a system for growing it after that. But I'm still looking around this colony. I was really hoping that there was some kind of water source down here, and there doesn't seem to be. So I'm gonna have our Garfield head over this way and take a look, and if we find something that will help us with making gas or water, maybe we can make a viable colony here. I can have power, but right now I would have to ship over something to provide us with a way to make oxygen, or we would have to you know, we'd have to have an external source for it. I don't really want to do that. So we're going to just see what happens here. We'll explore down a little bit, maybe this way. I'm not going to do this ladder, so I want to keep this abyssalite layer in here to protect the bottom of the map, just in case I do use it. But we're going to go through and dig out here and see what happens. And we're also going to finish our bunker doors across the top of the map, so we can see if we can block a meteor from coming in and get that achievement. This one looks like it's going to take a couple cycles to get here. Let's pause this. So I think that the water, because this was still connected, escaped into space when we landed. It's the only thing I can think of. So probably next time when we launch the rocket, we'll disconnect it here so that we don't have that issue. But we only have a little bit of water left. Garfield is really sick with radiation. He was vomiting from it here. So I am going to have to take him back to the main colony so that we don't end up with any severe problems from it. Just making sure there's nothing else to mop up. I want to see his, what's his schedule? He just finished his shift. Oh, somebody's trapped on Gargani. Running into problems. Who's trapped? Oh, somebody got locked inside. This happened on my other colony too. I'm having all kinds of problems today. Fix this real quick to let him out. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, I think I know the problem. I had this issue on the other one too. It's that it's supposed to be able to let him out when there's a duplicate motion sensor, but he was standing over here where there isn't movement. I'll have to think about redesigning that. Okay, back to Mumial and our immediate concerns. So, Garfield, let's move him onto the vacation schedule. That means he's on downtime the whole time. He can do whatever he needs to do. He can go to sleep. He can go to the bathroom, so that we can have that hopefully not be an issue. Get him some sleep. I just want to make sure he doesn't lose his health too badly. So his bladder's at 36%. What is his health bar there? I think that might be his oxygen bar? Not sure, but he's sleeping, which means he's handling things, but as soon as he can go to the bathroom, he should be able to get his rads down a little bit. But regardless of any of that, we're definitely going to have to send him back to the main colony. So let's change the destination for this rocket, and then, oh, I need to do, he's going to have to get out there to do this because I can't set it up otherwise. Yeah, this is going to be dicey. So we're going to have to do priority 9 on all of this. And we're going to have to let him back out of the rocket. Okay, so let's do schedule. Let's bring Garfield to section 4. And then we're gonna give him access to go back out again. So he can go do this. Yeah, he's vomiting again. I'm sorry, buddy. We're gonna have to do what we can do. His, radiation is pretty bad. And he has, sunburn. So he's got major radiation sickness, but I need him to get out here to fix this problem. Otherwise, we're gonna have some serious issues. I don't know what my power issues are. Is this not receiving? Blocked it. I blocked the solar panels. Okay. Inside here, we're gonna have to disable this. We're gonna have to take this suit and undock it. And we're gonna have to put it on it manually. Get your suit. Get your suit, buddy. And then this is high priority. Change that. Now you'll be able to leave, which means you can go out and do the work I need you to do outside. Let me look at the colony. Priorities. What's my priorities here? Nope, I need this to be lower priority. I don't need that done. Yep, automation wire is high priority. You're getting radiation very quickly while you're out here. We need you to go do that. Where are you going? Oh, he's grabbing the supplies. Okay. This is gonna be a little dicey, I think. Look at that radiation going up. I just need him to get this done before he passes out from radiation sickness, or we're gonna lose him. Oh, now he's vomiting. At least he lost a little rads from the vomit. But his suit is full of it. Oh, he's miserable. I need this done now. Where are you going? Oh, he's going to use a toilet. That's actually really good. Let's do that. Let's let him do that. Or maybe he's not. He's just grabbing supplies. Okay. If we can get these doors open, then we'll be able to get power again, which will put us in a much better position. So, lesson learned. Be careful when using the bunker doors. So we just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 automation wires to connect. What's your status? He's almost up to 300 rads. That's pretty high. Once we get these doors open, I can get him back in, and he'll be able to use the bathroom a couple times before he runs out of water, which will get it down enough that I can get him home, I think. But I need you to finish these last couple wires, bud. Bunker door's opening. Doesn't have power, so it's going to take a while, but... Just 2 more wires to go. Health is still high, his breath's still high. Calories are running low, so he's gonna have to go in and eat soon. Oh, he's in his downtime. Well, why aren't you going to use the bathroom? It's turn off the high priority here. Maybe that'll get him to go. Seems to be stuck. Okay, good. Now he's going back inside. Let's check out the inside. I want you to take the suit off while you're in here. Trying to click on him. Okay, there we go. No? There we go. Unequip clothing. Unequip suit. Suit doesn't have a lot left in it, so I want him to go do his sleep thing. Okay, so let's check him out. Got down to 240. He's still gaining some now, but at least he got down to 240. Now let's put his suit back on. Garfield. And then he can go back out and hopefully finish the last two things. Got radiation vomiting still. That'll at least lower his rads a little bit. He loses 20 whenever he does that. Might be enough to get him to survive. Put your Atmos suit on, bud. Alright, and then let's head on out. This one's open. We just need those last two wires connected. We'll open the other two. We'll be able to put him back inside safely. He can survive for long enough to get home. No, what are you doing, bud? Oh, I think he needs to go get more supplies. It says recover breath. Does the suit not have any more oxygen in it? Oh, it just needs one more. He's breathing. Breath is nice and high now. Oh, 253. Come on, buddy, you got this. He grabbed the steel, trying to catch his breath. Here he goes. Oh, he didn't make it. What is going on? Breath too low. Come on, buddy. You can do it, Garfield. We did it. All right. Get back inside and I'm going to lock you in. Once that bunker's open, we'll be able to launch. All right. So, you move over here and unequip your suit. I'm going to lock this door so he can't go out. He can come in, but he can't go out. Now he's stuck in here. Let's check his stats. He did get his radiation pretty high, but he's about to go into downtime. Let's see, does he have any? He has enough uses to use the bathroom a couple more times, which will get him back down to normal. Let's mop up all this. Get him down on downtime so he can eat some food, get some sleep, and then as soon as this bunker door's open, we'll send him home. Oh, let's put this back on him. Get off by mistake. So let's check out the bunker door. Almost open. That's the only thing we have left on our checklist. Then as soon as that's done, we can get him out on his way home. We got Garfield back into his rocket. He's headed back home. Stress is pretty high, but he is surviving. We got his radiation down. Let's see, let's take a look at him here. So his radiation is now 29.37. It's not too high. If he can use the bathroom today, he'll get it down completely. And he has enough food. We're trying to get his stress down, but he got a soggy feet debuff because he had walked through vomit on the floor. We cleaned all that up, so he should be okay to not get that again, which means next cycle his stress will continue to go down because of the high morale. The popped eardrums are not helping, but we should be all right. Got his radiation down completely now. The problem is that his stress response is stress vomiting. So if we don't get him his stress down before the end of the day, he may do that again, and then he's going to walk through and get soggy feet, and it's going to cause problems again. I don't really have the option to, because I guess I could enable this and get a suit delivered here, just so that we can get a suit charging up with oxygen. That way we can put him in that, in case that happens again. That might be a good idea, but either way, I want to get a suit delivered here, so that he has one when it's time to leave the rocket. We're going to get him home and get him back into the regular colony, and we're going to shut this rocket down for a little bit and clean it up. And then we're going to work on our other rockets today. We've gotten pretty much everything we need done on Mumio unless we want to expand there. So we may or may not go back there. I haven't decided yet what we're going to do with that. So let's get this rocket home, and then we will work on our other rockets. Anna is home. It is doing its thing, cooling out, and refilling everything, cycling the water, cycling oxygen. And I'm still just kind of cleaning out the oxygen that's in here. I haven't connected the external oxygen source because I still have 175 kilograms of oxygen per tile in here. And we're filling up our gas canister. The other rockets here, I have pasted in the design from Kalpana. And so they're slowly building all of them. They're all going to be the same. So I'm going to let this do its thing for a while. It's going to take a while to build everything, get everything hooked up. And then I'm going to work on the outsides here. A couple of things I want to change. I want to figure out, like right now I have it so that, I mean, the oxygen's fine. That can go in and it'll do its thing. But with the water, I have this set up. Right now it just bypasses everything and it goes down to the last one, because that's the one I'm working on. This is... I want to disconnect it here. I want the water to go in and then come out. I had that. This is there so I can bypass it when the rocket's not here. I'd like to come up with a way to do this without having to change it every time. But for now, I'll have to clip this one, connect it here, and so forth, whenever there's not a rocket here, just to change things up and make it do what I need it to do. I might come up with some kind of automation for that. I might not. It's not really that big of a deal to change it. But I might play around with it. So, the big things that I needed to change was making it so that this doesn't do what it did when letting all the water out. I think that the best way we're going to handle that is just we're going to have to remember to clip that when we are ready to take off so that we can stop the water from flowing out. Because otherwise, I don't think there's any real convenient way to do that. And I think that that's what happened. I didn't actually see, but yeah, it's possible that I had just not filled it up because of other things going on. That could have been it too. So we might do some testing, but I think I just didn't clip this, and so the... Ooh. Uh-oh. I didn't think about doing that, so that got built so he couldn't get in and out, and there's no oxygen in here yet. Perfect. Okay, so that's going to be an issue with all of them. So let's go through and see. I think we'll just have to wait and see when we have problems. Basically what happened there is that in the Calypso 5, the atmosphere checkpoint got built, and he was on this side of it, so he couldn't go past it, but this room has no oxygen in it yet. That's a problem. Maybe I should have put in the gas stuff first. Could have done it in layers. It'll be okay, though. We'll just have to watch and make sure that doesn't happen to the rest of them. Maybe what we should do, set this checkpoint to 9. That way they can come up and do it, and I'll disable it. Because that should be disabled while they're working anyway, because I want to be able to have multiple duplicates coming in to do the work. But we're going to let them build this. I have a kind of a strange idea that I've been considering. This Spacefarer module works so well as far as having everything a duplicate needs, and you can set this so that only one duplicate can come in. I kind of want to see if I can build these and kind of gimmick it away so that we end up with multiples of these stacked on top of each other inside of our map, and basically build ourselves a dupe hotel where they all have their own little room. They go in and they have food and they have everything else stored in here. It'd be kind of interesting, because they get such good morale from in here, and then it's so easy to build. Kind of want to test it, but it would mean building another rocket platform. Let's do it, just for testing purposes. Build a rocket platform and we'll mess around with it while we wait for the rest to build. Well, I sort of forgot to go and change the other things to disabled. Build a bunch of duplicates. Reload! Reloaded. I'm going to do this one at a time now. So I'm waiting for this rocket control station to get deconstructed so that I can copy the blueprint from the Kalpana over. Yeah. So I just thought I would share with you what happened. We had, I think it was 4 or 5, one after another, went into one of these. Went past the atmosuit station, got stuck in there, and I was not paying attention. It's okay. That's what saves are for. I've just been kind of experimenting with these Spacefarer modules. So this one here, I built a rocket platform, I built a module, and then I removed the rocket platform. I was hoping to see this like fall down to the blocks below when I removed it. It didn't. So then I was thinking, I built a rocket platform above it with another one to see if I could do that. But when I put the rocket platform touching this, it meant that it saw this one and said there's already a Spacefarer module. So I couldn't build another one. But then I thought, if I build one, and then I drop down 4 blocks, try to build another one, it might let me. So I'm trying that now. Excuse me. Trying that now. And theoretically, if that works, we could go up and down. Now, the question is, I need to be able to hook this up to have a battery module that's attached. What I want to find out is if I try to add a battery module now that I have a Spacefarer module here and one above it, this rocket is having some issues. You know, it's not working the way you want it to. So if I try to build a battery module, where will it put it? Interesting. So it thinks this Spacefarer module is part of this Spacefarer, this thing. So let's build this. And what I want to test next is I want to see, will this battery connect to both of these Spacefarer modules? Theoretically, if it does, I could create a little power station using solar panels on top, power all the Spacefarer modules. And, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even need the solar panels. As long as I had the battery, I could connect the battery to the power grid. Because that's what I did over here. When they're docked, they're receiving power into the batteries from our power grid down here. So I could easily do that here and then provide power to all these. Since they're going to be standing still, well, I wouldn't need to have these solar panels. I could just have it connected to the grid and have all of these solar panels powering them. But this is not, I don't know if this is something I'm going to actually do in this playthrough, but it's interesting to see how this mechanic is working out. Because I can now, theoretically, just design an interior like this. Oh, no, I'm sorry, like this one. That's like good morale, has everything, and then just have duplicates living inside of these modules forever. They would all have their own prime atmosuit dock. They'd all have their own oxygen system. They'd all have their own food. They'd all have their own water. They'd all have their own bathroom. It would actually work pretty well. So I need to do some more experimenting with it. Excuse me. But clearly I am too tired to do it right now. So we'll mess around with it some more in the next episode. For now, I'm going to call it a day for this episode. We managed to get a couple of achievements done, which is great. We managed to finish up the designs on this Spacefarer module. I'm pretty happy with how it came out, and we're going to use this. And we are currently copying that over and installing it into other rockets. So we're going to continue doing that in the next episode, and then get our rockets back to exploring the galaxy and mining where we need to. So I hope you enjoyed watching the episode, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.